20 minutes ago, a quiet dinner invitation shook the fandom harder than any headline. No cameras, no statements, just Wang Yibo sitting at the table of Xiao Zhan's parents. And suddenly, everything felt different. It didn't come from a press release. It didn't arrive with flashing lights or official confirmation. The news surfaced softly, almost carefully. Yet within minutes, it spread like wildfire across fandom spaces worldwide. Wang Yibo was reportedly invited to have dinner with Xiao Zhan's parents. A sentence so simple, and yet emotionally overwhelming. For longtime fans, this wasn't just news. It was a moment that felt intimate, personal, and deeply symbolic. In Asian culture, a family dinner invitation carries weight far beyond food. It represents acceptance, trust, a door quietly opening into private space. That's why the reaction wasn't loud excitement. It was silence, followed by tears, followed by relief. Fans didn't scream. They exhaled, because this wasn't about fantasy. It was about something real. Wang Yibo has always been known as guarded, private, measured, a man who lets actions speak when words feel unnecessary. So when fans imagined him sitting across from Xiao Zhan's parents, polite posture, calm eyes, respectful tone, the image alone was enough to melt hearts worldwide. And that image marked the beginning of something fans felt, but couldn't yet explain. To understand why this moment feels so powerful, we have to step away from the spotlight. No stages, no scripts, no roles to perform, just people. Xiao Zhan's parents are not part of the entertainment industry. They represent a world untouched by fandom wars or trending hashtags. A world that values character over image. In that world, invitations are not casual. They are considered, which is why many fans believe this dinner didn't happen suddenly. It feels like the result of years of quiet observation. How Wang Yibo carries himself, how he treats others, how he navigates pressure without spectacle. And Xiao Zhan, known for warmth, empathy, and emotional intelligence, feels like the bridge in this story. Fans imagined him easing the atmosphere, turning formality into comfort, helping two worlds meet naturally at one table. Not as celebrities, not as headlines, but as people connected through mutual respect. Social media reactions reflected this shift. This feels like family, not fandom. I didn't expect to cry over a dinner invitation. This healed something I didn't know was broken. The story didn't excite fans. It reassured them. And that distinction matters. What makes this story resonate so deeply is not what was shown, but what was deliberately unseen. No leaked photos, no blurry screenshots, no whispered insider confirmations, just absence. And in the modern entertainment industry, absence is powerful. Fans are used to consuming moments through screens, but this one refused to be consumed. It existed quietly, protected from public gaze. And that alone changed everything. In that silence, fans began to imagine, not extravagance, not luxury, but warmth. A modest dining table, home-cooked dishes placed gently one by one, the sound of bowls touching wood, soft conversations, unhurried, unfiltered. Wang Yibo sitting straight, attentive, respectful, listening carefully rather than speaking, choosing words thoughtfully, letting sincerity fill the spaces between sentences. Xiao Zhan beside him, calm and familiar, a presence that eases tension naturally, smiling when needed, bridging moments without effort. And across from them, parents who observe quietly, not impressed by fame, not swayed by headlines, but focused on character. For longtime fans, this scene felt heavier than any public appearance, because it symbolized something earned, not performed. This wasn't a moment created by scheduling. It felt like the result of time. Years of shared pressure. Years of silence misunderstood by outsiders. Years of standing firm without explanation. This dinner didn't rewrite history. It validated it. And for many fans, that realization landed slowly. Then all at once. The emotional weight of this news lies in its restraint. There was no urgency to announce it. No need to define it. No attempt to control the narrative. And that restraint is precisely why it felt authentic. In an industry driven by exposure, choosing privacy is a statement. Fans sensed that this moment wasn't meant for them, yet somehow it healed them. Many described a feeling of calm, a sense of grounding, as if a long-held tension quietly dissolved. Because this wasn't about hope. It wasn't about speculation. It was about trust being acknowledged. Trust doesn't arrive loudly. It arrives when observation turns into acceptance. When someone is welcomed not for who they appear to be, but for who they consistently are. Wang Yibo didn't need to prove anything. Xiao Zhan didn't need to reassure anyone. The invitation itself spoke clearly. It told fans that sincerity had been seen, that patience had mattered, that character had left an impression beyond the stage. And for women across generations watching this story unfold, there was something deeply relatable about that. Because being welcomed quietly, without applause, is often the most meaningful kind of recognition. In the end, this story isn't about conclusions. It doesn't demand interpretation. It doesn't promise outcomes. It simply exists, a moment of human connection, untouched by spectacle. For fans, this wasn't excitement. It was reassurance, a reminder that behind the noise of the industry, there are still relationships shaped by respect and time. That not everything meaningful needs to be explained. Whether this dinner leads anywhere is not the point. What mattered already happened. A door was opened, a seat was offered, and someone was welcomed without conditions. And sometimes, that quiet acceptance carries more meaning than any declaration ever could. So when you first heard this story, did your heart feel strangely warm? Did you pause for a moment longer than usual? Because the softest moments often linger the longest.